of the day to you, wherever you are joining us from around the world. My name is Olafemi Ashalu, and I welcome with you yesterday at the World Cup on Nigeria Superfans Forum. Bukay Dogundari and James joined me via video, and so much to talk about. Of course, there are still reactions trailing Ghana's untimely, I'll call it that way, untimely exit at the 2022 FIFA World Cup. And Ghanaians are insisting that Dede should retire from the national team. And yesterday, he released a statement on his Instagram saying the past few days has been challenging for him personally. He said he lost his godson before the game against Portugal. And of course, his daughter was rushed to the hospital before the game against Uruguay. And he said, thank God the daughter is recuperating now. So, but some people are saying, some Ghanaians are eating hard. They're saying that if you were not in the right frame of mind, you shouldn't have played. And some told him to even shut up. Well, I don't know. Yesterday, Kayode and I talked about this, and Kayode said it is best for the new coach of the Black Stars to decide if the Ayew brothers should continue with the national team. Guys, quickly, I welcome you to yesterday at the World Cup.
Femi, thank you very much. It's a pleasure being here this morning.
Yeah, Femi, always a pleasure. Good morning.
Yeah, okay, all right. James wasn't around yesterday. James, I'll start with you. Ghanaians are asking Dede Ayew to retire from the national team, because of what happened against Uruguay. And despite he came out to say that the past few days has been challenging for him, but they are saying that if he wasn't in the right frame of mind, he should have just told the coach to let him sit on the bench or not even play at all. What is your opinion?
Well, I think they are still angry with the fact that Ghana Ghana has crashed out of the World Cup. So they're just looking for to pour their hunger and everything on. So I think Dede Ayew is the scapegoat for them now. Remember 2010, it was Asamoah Gyan. So it's like a continuation. They have a new scapegoat who they're going to hold on to. It's unfortunate. It's not as if he deliberately wanted to miss the penalty, but that's just the game. Samuel Jan too said it in his post-match that it's football, that he knew what he went through, after that penalty miss. Now, Dede too is in that shoes now, and I don't know for how long he's going to carry that problem. This, I don't know how to call it. I don't know what to call it now. It's unfortunate. And I imagine what he said he went through, that he lost his godson and the daughter too had to be rushed to the hospital. I mean, you just imagine what he's going through now just because he's serving his fatherland, so it's sad. And so they just have to move on. Like I said, what they should just try and look out for now is the positives in the team. Like we said, the Atisigi, Kudus, and a few of them. Kamadin Sule, these are the guys that they should be looking up to. The AFCON, next AFCON is fast approaching. So they should be thinking of how to focus on that. And then at least with the showing at the World Cup, at least it's a good opportunity for them to, be one of the favorites of the AFCON. Though they've been going to almost 41 years that the last one they AFCON. But who says they cannot fight and become and break that jinx this time around? That will be their focus, not their focus on Dede Ayew that is now the new scapegoat that they're going to continue slashing and bashing. It's going to take them nowhere at all. So for me, they should just let it go. That is football. The worst things have happened. So I think they're taking it too far this time. Just allow the young man.
Okay, Kayode, I know you might want to say something about that.
Yeah, well, without trying to flog a dead horse, I think, like I said yesterday, when things like this happen, it is natural to look out for who to blame. And like James brilliantly said, I would rather take the positives out of this World Cup. A new generation of players are coming up: Kudus, Sulemana, what do you call it? A whole lot of them. Alidu Seidu, the new goalkeeper. Who would have thought that? Who would have thought before the World Cup that they had a bag of talent like Atisigi in goal and everything. So for me, I would rather focus on the positives rather than dwell on the past. For me, whether they like it or not. Even if Andrea, you decide to keep playing and the coaches want to play him, how long does he have to stay in the national team? Give or take 2 years now, whether he likes it or not, he has to leave the national team. If you're bent on rushing him out now, don't forget that what you're saying is, they say the way we treat the dead is because of the living. When you treat him this way, other players are also looking and telling themselves, what if this had been me? What will happen to me tomorrow if this is me? What will happen? Well, the fans are, Andrea, you have served Ghana for the better part of 12, 13 years now. So, if this is what we choose to remember him by, the Azerbaijan example that James gave, Azerbaijan had enough time afterwards to redeem himself. Ayew is in the twilight of his career now. He may not have the opportunity to play for long in order to redeem himself in the eyes of the Ghana football public. So they should allow this. If I were him, I would put out the excuse of my daughter who was sick, my godson who passed away or whatever. I wouldn't have put that out for me in the first place. It is damage control that could likely backfire in the heat of the moment. Yeah, no, seriously. Femi, in damage control, public reputation control, it was wrong to put that out. Even those who didn't have that kind of situations need penalties every day, Femi. This same competition, Lionel Messi had missed. In this same competition, Lewandowski missed penalties. That wasn't because their daughters were sick or their godsons were in hospital. You know, so you shouldn't have put that out there because his child was hospitalized. I mean, this is the job you do. You choose to do it. If when mistakes come, just own up. I apologize to the Ghana public. I wouldn't, of course, no player in his right senses would deliberately lose penalties, whether in training or in real match situation. This has happened. It has happened. Everybody should just move on.
Okay. All right. I believe that a lot of Ghanaians were actually looking out for a part in that statement where there you will say at this point he's hanging his boot from national team, but there was nothing like that. I think he concluded the statement by paying tribute to the late godson, and I think that didn't go down with all of them. Okay, so we'll continue to keep our fingers crossed as far as that is concerned, and for our fans, we'll continue to bring you details regarding the future of the DRU and his brother Jordan in the national team. Guys, let's talk about yesterday's game. And the first of the game was Netherlands versus USA. Kyle, I remember we previewed that game, and we said we're expecting a tight contest, though it was until it was 2-0, 2-1 before the Netherlands got that win quickly. That's the third goal.
Yeah, I actually think the game went according to how we discussed it yesterday, Femi. I said this game was going to be tight. The Americans will be full of running. They will be full of industry, although the experience of the Dutch will eventually see them win. The first two goals took a similar pattern. You saw the ball being caught back from the right flank and the ball being swept in by the player. It happened the first time, it happened the second time. Even the third one, it was because of not paying much attention to the flow, the direction of the ball. You saw the ball going this way, everybody going like this, and forgetting that there's an extra person waiting in the wings to score. That it showed the difference in class, in depth between the two teams to me. And like I told you, I said I won't be surprised if the Dutch win, because at the end of the Americans, in the early parts of the game, we saw how many chances they lost. They don't have a recognized striker in the mode of what the Dutch have, and it was going to play out at the end of the day, which exactly was what happened.
Okay, thank you, James. Let's talk about Argentina, Australia. Of course, we're not expecting Lightning to strike twice in the sense that we were not expecting Australia to get one over Argentina. And some people's goat, because some say Ronaldo is their goat, some say Lionel Messi is their goat. Some people's goat delivered again for Argentina. 2-1 it ended for the RBCLS. Did you think that let's look at it this way. In your own opinion, did the Australians put up a good fight against Argentina? Because it was more like David and Goliath, in my own understanding.
Yeah, knockout stage, you expect such an encounter because whatever you've done in the group stage, that's the history now. So the knockout round is open for everybody. So I think that was what the Argentines experienced. You know, they almost Australia almost snatched the late equalizer, which would have dragged the game into extra time, if not for Emiliano Martinez's brilliant save. You know, so I wasn't surprised when with the way the game went, because the Australians, they wanted to extend their stay at the World Cup, but they met an Argentine side that was determined, and luckily for them, they were able to hold on to their lead, and they went on to qualify. You know, so from the knockout round, you expect games like this. You're not going to see basket full of goals. It's going to be very tight context, and that was what we experienced between both sides. And a good one for the Australians. At least they showed that they didn't qualify for the round of 16 out of luck. They made sure that they gave everything, you know, and it's a good thing that they got to the round of 16. And well, it's unfortunate that they have to go out this way against an Argentine side that we don't want to turn out to strike twice. Remember what they went through against Saudi Arabia, everything, the noise and everything, and you know, so they never wanted that to happen again. And that's to show you the hallmark of a good side, that no matter how bad they play, no matter how tough, they always find a way to squeeze out the result. And that's what they did. They managed, I remember in 1992, the Argentine side, that side was a terrible side, but they found a way to make it all the way to the final. That's what the good team does. They know how to squeeze out the result. Even when they are not playing well, the result must come out. You know, I remember they even lost their first game at Italian 90, but who got to the final? It was Argentina. You know, so I wouldn't be surprised that they can still do it this time. But you know, they're playing against a Dutch side, and if they should scale the Dutch, I'm telling you, Argentina will be one of the first three in my prediction that will win the World Cup, because they are really eking out the result. They are pushing, they are doing everything, and let's see as everything unfolds.
Okay, but in my opinion, I think I still have a lot of reservations about this Argentine team. Let's talk about games coming up today. You have France taking on Poland, and of course, currently now France against Poland. Then later we'll see England versus Senegal. Senegal, maybe one of the only two African hopes still left in the competition. Kyle, do you still see the big boys qualifying tonight? Because I know somebody has been praying for Senegal to get on over England. But do you still, of course, because we saw
excuse me. It depends on what you mean by the big boys. Who are the big boys? Senegal are the big boys there.
In quotes.
Senegal are the big boys there. So if you mean with Senegal, do they have the chance of qualifying? I say, yeah. For me, this game is evenly balanced between the two teams, Senegal and England. Nobody, I've checked this game without bias. I do not see any advantage to either team.
Even considering the firepower of the English up front.
Femi, the firepower is relative. Against which teams? Against Iran? Against Wales?
Also considering that Eduardo Mendy has not been informed,
Femi, I'm asking you a question. The firepower you're talking about was against which teams? Iran? Wales? The only tough thing that they played was the USA, that they managed to draw with 0-0. And when you talk about this firepower, you're talking about who? Marcus Rashford, Bellingham, and James and Phil Foden. These are the players who have been turning up in this competition so far.
Harry Maguire also overlaps sometimes.
Well, he overlapped against Iran and Wales, not even against the USA. So for me, I see a very good game. My hope is that having come this far, the Senegalese would turn up. And if they do, if they cut out the cards, because this is going to be they're going to be provoked. If they cut out the unnecessary cards for me and they play to their full potential, this game could drag into penalties. Okay. And if it does, it's up in the air. It's anybody's game. It could go to either side. It could go to either side. Yes.
Okay, James, we are running out of time now. Quickly, France, Poland. I meant. Do you see France of course, we saw that in their last game against Tunisia, though it was much like a second team and they lost 1-0. But, with the return of the big boys, so to say, the Kylian Mbappe and the rest of them returning to the starting lineup, do you see Poland anything in this game very, very quickly in 30 seconds?
Yeah, I'm not really banking on the Polish team, especially when you look at the way they set up against, I think Argentina in their last game. They were so negative. If Lewandowski is not getting the ball, then you know that something terrible is happening at the back for them. They were just hanging on. So, when you put all your eggs in one basket, if he's not getting the goals, I mean, you're in trouble. So for me, I will still stick with the French team. They have players who can score from every angle. You have Mbappe, you have Giroud who is coming back. You have Dembele. You have all the guys who can do it for the French team. And the game they lost against Tunisia, I mean, they want to put that aside so that you not look as if the game which Tunisia won, whether it was justified a victory against them. So they want to bounce back from that defeat. I remember in 2000 when they won the Euros, they lost their third game, but though it was an inconsequential game, but they bounced back from that defeat and went all the way to win the trophy. So this time around, I think they will want to.
Also in controversial circumstances, I remember the semi-final against Portugal. I remember the Gomez had to pull up the chair, and I think Figo, they had to leave the field and remove the shirt. Yeah.
Yeah. So this one now they want to bounce back from that defeat to Tunisia and show that it was just a blip. So I'm looking out for a good contest. And for in terms of position, I'll go for the French team. The Polish team, they just too negative. All balls to Lewandowski, and once he's not firing, the rest of the team is not firing. So I think the French team do this one.
Right. Okay, guys, thank you for coming up on yesterday at the World Cup. Today we wish Senegal all the best against the Three Lions. Maybe it's time for England to go back home and maybe prepare for the return of the English Premier League. But of course, we have to support Senegal. They are one of the only two African countries left in the competition. So, Kayode and James, thank you for joining us on the show today.
Thank you, Femi.
All right.
Always
So,
a pleasure.
guys around the world. Okay. All right, our fans around the world, thank you for sticking with us. Of course, like I told you earlier, regarding development in Ghana or Ghanaian football, of course, we'll be keeping our fingers crossed regarding maybe in a few days the announcement of the new coach, or if the GFA will still take their time to appoint a new coach, and of course regarding the decision of Ayu to still remain in the national team, and Jordan Ayu, of course, we'll be bringing that close to you. So until we'll see you tomorrow when we come out with another yesterday at the World Cup, I remain Asha Olulu Afeni. Bye for now.